all 6'4" of him, just like his grandfather. "Come on, Luke," Bobby called from the creek, moving on, ready to disrupt someone else's peace and quiet. Luke, however, wasn't done. "What you looking at?" Noah turned to see that Luke's attention was on the trail, where a skinny white boy stood. He was watching them, his blue eyes wary. Great. It was that stupid kid from Mrs. H's class. It could have been one of the high school kids who lived at the end of Noah's block, but no, it was just Roger, who was barely taller than Noah, whose mother drank too much, who'd brought an empty lunchbox with him to school again today. Noah had seen his face in the cafeteria, right when Noah was slipping out the door himself, his own sandwich safely stashed in his pocket. "I'm looking at you, asshole," Roger drawled with a twang that was actually real, gazing at Luke with the kind of expression on his face more suitable for someone at least 12 inches taller, and much broader, too. "I'm wondering why you don't pick on someone your own size." Yeah, it was Roger, all right. Roger, who was always getting into trouble with Mrs. Hollings, who'd actually called her dick breath to her face in front of the entire class. "Someone like you, maybe?" Luke scoffed. He had to have at least 30 pounds on the younger boy. Yes, it was good old Roger, who just didn't know when to keep his big mouth shut. He didn't know that if he'd just shrugged and turned away, Luke would have made a little more noise, maybe knocked the log Noah had been sitting on into the creek, and then disappeared. No real harm done. "I'm bigger'n him." Roger motioned to Noah with his chin. "There are kindergartners who could pound his ass," Luke laughed. "I resent that." Noah started to climb to his feet, but Luke gave him another shove, one that actually hurt this time as he landed on his tailbone in the dust. "I resent that," Luke mocked him. "No one really talks like that." Noah's grandfather did. "Leave him alone," Roger tersely ordered Luke. It was much better than Luke's imitation of Clint Eastwood, although Noah would bet that Roger wasn't trying to imitate anyone. "Why don't you make me? Why don't you come over here so that I can make you, dickhead?" Roger countered. Oh no, this was not the way to end this quickly and bloodlessly. "Look," Noah started to say. "Come on, Luke," Bobby whined from down beyond the bend in the trail. Roger looked directly at Noah. "Get ready to run," he mouthed silently, while Luke called, "Hold up!" back to Bobby. "What are you doing?" Bobby complained. And wasn't that what they needed? For Bobby to come and see what was keeping Luke and decide to join in the fun pulverizing a couple of 7th graders. "Lukey's trying to talk Einstein here into sucking his dick," Roger called loudly to Bobby and whoever else was in shouting distance. Luke turned white, and then red, and then lunged at Roger, leaving Noah finally free to scramble to his feet. "Go!" Roger shouted at Noah as he took to the trees to escape Luke's wrath. Luke was going to kill Roger. There was no doubt about it. He was going to catch him, and then he was going to tear him into pieces. Noah hesitated. How could he run away and leave Roger to that fate? As he watched, the kid climbed higher and higher into the trees. He was light, he was fast, and Luke didn't have a prayer of catching him up there. Those branches wouldn't hold the bigger boy's weight. There was a crack, and Luke lunged for the trunk of the tree, clinging to it with all of his might. Noah started backing away. This was where Luke would realize Roger was out of reach and decide to take his anger out on him. "What are you waiting for, shitbrains?" Roger shouted at Noah. "You're supposed to be back on the school field by now." This kid had what Grandpa would call a colorful way with the English language. "What if he catches you?" Noah called back. If. There was no if involved. It was inevitable. Roger couldn't stay in that tree forever, and when he came down, Luke was going to kill him. He hadn't planned this out very well. Roger was silent, apparently realizing the very same thing. Bobby made the scene. "What are you doing, Duchamp?" "Get down from there now, and I'll only beat you within an inch of your life."